Good evening, everyone. Let me just stop my screen sharing here for one moment. Just bear with me here. No, un momento, por favor. This is my Spanish, Luz. So, guys, it's always a pleasure to go through our Go for Diamond call in the evening. And as you know, our calls are recorded. If you happen to be listening in on Facebook Live, we welcome you. We welcome your hearts and comments and feedback and thumbs up. And same thing here. And if you're happy to be with us on the back end on Zoom. And as you know, the calls are always recorded, and all the recorded calls are always posted on our YouTube channel. You can find it on activeteamtraining.com. Now there's like thousands of trainings there. So this playlist to help you kind of identify what we have, and just look for Go for Diamond webinars. And you'll see that the one at the top is always the most recent one. And this is the call that has just happened, well, for example, this evening. Now, this evening, the topic is we want to do a bit of a summary on the GoPro, but really, we also want to hear your takeaways, and we'll give you an opportunity to share that. I believe it's really, really important. And in fact, I think it's the highlight. People like to hear your thoughts, and especially for next year as we prepare for the next event and everything else that's lined up for us this year. We'll touch on that a little bit. And but I want to start with the affiliate program. And it's not going to be a big training on the affiliate program. It's going to be more of an orientation. I'll log into my back office. There's not much to show because we're all starting. And I was just talking to one of the programmer this morning, saying that there was about 700 to 800 people who clicked the link, but the purchases have not started yet. So people are just kind of getting started with that. And I want to explain to you a little bit of the logic of what this affiliate program is, because some people are getting a little bit confused on what's the affiliate program, what about the network marketing. We'll cover that a little bit. And so generally, this is what we want to cover here this evening. Tammy, is there any other thoughts that you want to cover?
No, we're good.
Okay. So let me just kind of share my screen here. Just bear with me. Share screen number 3. Okay. There we go. Okay, so these are my notes for today. The one thing, folks, that I do apologize for my spelling mistakes if you do see them. So we'll fix that a little later if there are any. The one thing that I want to talk about is the webinars as of January 2023. All webinars are going to be actually on this link, cdglobalimpact.com. This is the actual webinar format. The presentation that you're seeing now, where everybody can see everybody in the room, this is what we consider, this is a chat room, right? Which is totally cool. But when we do a webinar, sometimes some of you are just amazing presenters, but it just happens that that particular moment, that evening, there was no guests, but your presentation is amazing. And what I found sometimes, if there's just nobody in the room, it kind of gives a bit of a negative impression to the guests that are coming in. So when you look at a webinar, they don't see the guests. And that's why sometimes, like Tammy and I participate to a lot of training with Eric Worre. In some cases, you don't see who's in the room. In some cases, you see everybody in the room, right? So these webinars that are taking place on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and obviously the Thursday afternoon, it's always been a webinar format. So just wanted to let you guys know, you don't have to worry so much about the link, because if you are connected on our outgoing emails, as we blast your emails, as I did yesterday, actually this morning, where we send the email for the webinar lineup with everything that's going on, the links are there. So you really don't need to worry so much about the link. But those of you that have bookmarked the link, which is the activeteamwebinar.com, which is what we will use for our training calls, group calls, mentoring sessions, training sessions, one-on-ones, absolutely. But when it comes to the presentation format, it will be CD Global Impact. Okay. The other thing, Tammy, maybe you can touch on that a little bit, is the Christmas party on January 10th, and attendance have to be confirmed. Tammy, you want to just kind of reaffirm that a little bit?
Yeah, by Thursday evening, I need to have the final numbers. for anybody who's attending here live. Number one, for us to make sure that we have what we need to put together for the group that are coming. And we all had already discussed, people thought it would be just so much easier just go to a restaurant, and everybody took care of their meals. So and then everybody's going to come back after, and I want to make sure I have dessert and drinks. And so just want to make sure that we have the numbers for that. And I put something together. It's also going to be virtual. So we can set up a Zoom session and let people know in the group what time we're going to go on, so you can see what it is, and you can download it and follow through with us on the little thing that I put together for everybody. So yeah, that's about it. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And if you are attending, I just want to make sure in the parking, there is a parking spot downstairs that is very detailed. But you need to make sure that you're parking in the right area, number one, and we give the license plate to make sure that they don't give you any tickets, okay? Because it is a private condominium, and yeah, so we need to make sure that the rules are followed on that part. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing as many people who can attend. If you haven't put your name on the list already, or if there's any cancellations, please let us know by Thursday evening.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah,
December 10th, Chris. You put January 10th.
Oh,
This Saturday, yes. Thank you. Gotta love details.
Oh, I get you. I tell you,
You
wouldn't believe the day-to-day of catching up was just unbelievable. Okay, so we corrected that. Thank you, Tammy. And
thanks, Bill.
Yes, thank you, Bill. One thing is I just right now posted the shared into the meeting chat section here, the actual notes that Lucy shared into one of her group. If you happen to be listening to on Facebook Live here from different country, guys, we have a group for the Canadian Americans. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're not part of that group. What I will do is in the Facebook Live after this call, I will actually post that same file so you can have access to it. We'll talk a little bit about these notes. And the reason is I was preparing these notes and I said, you know what? Tuppy from Nigeria did such a great job. There on day 2, he doesn't have everything. So we'll switch a little bit to my notes. But it's a really, really, really good summary that I think you can really, really take home and take some of the benefits of the event. We'll come back to that in a minute. One thing that I want to confirm, how many of you, and again, folks, listen, it's okay if you didn't. I just am curious, how many of you have registered for the CoPro event in 2023? If you have registered, just put a 1 in the chat. If you happen to be on Facebook Live, same thing here, put a 1 in the chat and let us know that you have registered. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, excellent, excellent. Okay, now Tammy and I are planning to be there next year physically. So we got to get the platinum ticket. And we're getting closer and closer to that community. And Eric is getting a bit more familiar with who we are and everything else. And the fact is, the folks that are on stage, they tend to be very close to the iron, to really close to the fire, and that's our goal. And so we're going to be going there physically on that event. So just wanted to let you guys know. And we have until, well, it's 3 a.m. Eastern time, but be careful with that. I wouldn't count on that, but I believe that it's midnight, I believe, Pacific time, which in our case will be 3 a.m. Okay, so that's how much time you have left to register to have the tickets at the $97 price, which I think it's a wonderful, wonderful value. Now the accelerator, I know that for us, Tammy and I decided to extend another year of the next level mastermind, which include an accelerator. Last year there was 2 accelerator. This year there's only 1. So Tammy and I will grab on to that one. And because one of the things, guys, I just want to let you guys know, it's not that Tammy love to just blow money. There's really some really good insights. One of the reasons why Tammy and I have been able to invest into some other means and other investments. It's what we've learned from mingling with these people and Eric and everything else. For example, I've been earning, crypto income, and it's in Canada. We have this credit card where you can put your crypto earnings, put them in there. And Tammy, I think I've been using this for an entire month. I didn't even use her credit card. So, like I'm saying, guys, there's a lot of things that are absolutely amazing, and of course, we want to transcend that to the team. But obviously, it's important that you don't bet the farm. As you know, crypto is a very, very highly risky. But if you know what you're doing, you can actually earn really, really good income. So,
but if you look at the two really, really big things that came out of this, and you're all following and seeing what's happening, is the branding part. We nailed down our brand, and as they share, all the leaders are sharing the importance of your brand, because people buy you first. So it's we were able to put all that together. We were able to work with our virtual assistant, who's totally awesome. Everybody loves Marcel. And we had Ruth for a while as well, but putting together the boards, and it's such an amazing tool it just made everything so much easier when it comes to connecting with people. Every time I'm out and about, or I connect with somebody, they want to send information, I can immediately do it, and I don't have to think, and I don't have to go find something somewhere. It's literally there. And so that has been a big win. Would you agree? That's been a big win for 2022. That
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was a real
so
game changer.
But again, this is the next level. So the accelerator program, and I know that it's pricey, $1,000 a month. I know it's pricey, folks. But one thing, and I share that as a message in the group, is think about your education for you to be able to be in a career that you have been. How much money have you spent in your education? And this is something that sometimes we tend to overlook when we look at network marketing. And often what happens, we don't take that business seriously, or seriously enough to invest our income. And one thing that you can do is, if many of you are earning some decent dollars with Max International, and it may not be like tens of thousands, but you're earning hundreds and some of you thousands. And if you plan for this and you just invest it, after a year, we're talking, in 10 months, in 12 months, you may have more than enough, or even half of the fee to start in these programs. And these programs are a very strong foundation to build. Like Tammy and I say, often we train, we talk, we motivate, but the thing we don't talk about is how much money we've invested into our personal growth. How much did we invest?
25 years, yeah.
Folks, I mean, it's you'd fall on your back but this is the thing. It's one of the reasons why we've reached the Crown Diamond level. It's one of the reasons why we've been able to do some wonderful things and earn some wonderful incomes. It's due to this education, this information that we received. And this is what the accelerator program is all about. So I know that some of you, and please don't feel uncomfortable if you have not, and if you have, if there's only one of you or two of you, that's totally cool. If you actually have registered for the accelerator program, put a 10 on the chat. Put a 10 on the chat if you registered for the accelerator. I'm going to put one for us. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Barry, you did.
Wow. Awesome. Linda, Barry, fantastic.
Beautiful.
And keep in mind, everybody, and this is a tax deduction. You have to think of that too. And you one of the things that it's hard to put this kind of money out. I can tell you that it's hard, especially as a woman. We just want that security as a woman, right? And it's hard, but there's so many advantages that come from this. And I know, because I've invested in myself for so many years, and the person that I am today compared to 25 years ago is totally different. And it's because I made that decision. I didn't do well with a traditional education, but coming into network marketing and all this education, through videos, through hands-on, through all the things that we're learning. I'm just so excited and passionate every time we get going into a course and learning from courses. So keep that in mind, always keep that in mind. It's a tax deduction, the person you become at the end of the year, if you immerse yourself into the learning process and taking action. I'm really excited on the fact that we're going to have 3 90-day drives. Do you guys remember when we used to do 4 90-day drives? Remember we used to do that, and everybody was growing in the business when we were doing those drives. Ranks were increasing, and those are what are necessary to get to the next level. And so I'm excited that he put 3 together. So
yes.
yeah.
Again, congratulations, Linda and Bill and Barry. And I'm glad to see you here. And that's absolutely wonderful. We'll have a great time. And again, folks, we intend to transcend a lot of that information. And I know that Ann Turnbull, Tammy, and I are having a discussion with some of the diamonds in Africa to do some of that mentoring and transcending it into the Crown Diamond Global Impact. If you're not part of the Crown Diamond Global Impact group, this is a Facebook group. Okay, I suggest that you simply connect to this group. You don't need to do anything. You just need to like, or whatever the option is for you to connect. And then you'll start getting notification as we post videos, trainings, and stuff. So I highly, especially as we go through the 90-day runs, you're gonna want to be part of that. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll take turns with the training. We'll just put out some bullet points of what is said, and there's always the assignment. Okay, so the action assignment. And you know what, I highly recommend to be active on the Crown Diamond platform, to be active. If you've done your assignment, put it out there. People need to be part of something. They need to be excited around this. And I think that if everybody's doing it, encourages the ones that haven't done it yet, or they haven't got the courage to even ignite, but they see other people doing it and then they want to do it themselves. So let's be each other's accountability partner with this 90-day program, and also do the actions, because that's what's going to get you the results to be able to invest in yourselves next year in this program, if it's something that you feel is.
So let's get started, Tammy, as time is going fast, very fast. So I totally agree with you here, Tammy, at 100%. Now let's get into the affiliate program here, everybody. The one thing that I want you to understand when it comes to this is not replacing Max International. This is designed to be an extra layer to facilitate other means to earn money. Right now, it's only supported in the United States. What do I mean by that? You could be Canadian, you could be Ghanaian, you could be Nigerian, you could be Filipino, anywhere that Max is able to pay you. And if you have, and we'll walk through this very quickly. And again, it's a summary, guys. It's not a full training, but if you have a PayPal account, that's how they intend to pay you. In some cases, if there's no PayPal account, I know that they will have some exceptions to do some direct deposits, but the PayPal account is designed to be utilized. Now, most of you must have received an email that will get you to connect to your affiliate site, okay? If you did not receive that email, you don't know exactly how to get there, what I recommend you do is post a comment here on the chat section. And I noticed, Maripol, your hand is up. We'll get back to you in a moment. And also, if you happen to be on Facebook Live, same thing. If you're catching this training later on, a day from now, a week from now, or a month from now, just post it in a comment. It doesn't matter if you post it a week from now. We will be able to see it and see the flow. And what we'll do is we'll make sure that you get access to your account. Now, what happens here is they give you an ID and a password. And then I went ahead and I just kind of registered, okay? Tammy has one, I have one, and this is what it looks like, okay? See, ooh, I mean, 18 cents. That's actually not even, that's just a test. Okay, so it's no big deal here. So what happens here is if you look at the top, again, it's just very straightforward. It gives you a, you know, the about, the details, the science. You have the blog over here where you can actually focus a certain aspect, okay? And you can subscribe to an email to keep you informed of what's going on. Information right now, the Celgivity is the only product that is available through the affiliate program. There is no CV associated with that. It is pure cash. We'll come back to you in a moment on this one. You have the science over here. And of course, you have the cart as your people are purchasing. It will show over here. Okay. So let me go back to okay. So from there, so this is the top portion. Now on the bottom over here, you have your dashboard. On your dashboard over here, you have your details. I'll show you how to change that in a minute. And you basically have here the referrals. So basically the people that have actually been referred, you know, your paid referred, unpaid referrals, and total, you know, payout transaction. It's all going to show over here. Your current balance will show over there. Okay, don't mind that. It's just a small amount to do some testing. And you're going to see some numbers here on my back office. It's because I'm testing a few things. I'm doing some campaigns and Facebook ads. This is a bit more advanced, okay? Now, on the profile, when you go under edit your account, this is where you edit your email, your name. I decided to put myself and my beautiful wife here. She's my bait. And then from there, I save my changes and it's all there, okay? Then you can change your password here. It's pretty straightforward, which I do recommend you do once Max assign your password. And then you have over here the payout details. Okay, like I said, I choose here by PayPal or direct deposit. I choose PayPal, and this is my PayPal account. It's really straightforward. Now, going on to the marketing affiliate link, this is the link that you will be providing. Now, one thing that I found out today is that if you are doing affiliate marketing through Facebook ads, that link will not work because Facebook will suppress this information and add their big long number over here. And if the company does not see that, you will not be credited for yourselves when you do Facebook ads. So if you go through that, please do let me know and I'll walk you through what I had to go through today. And what I did is I simply created another link, and I just basically put it, I put my affiliate link to be this particular link over here, and you would specify it right over there. Okay, so it's called a friendly link format, and then what it is that I put the actual link that I wanted over here, and that's the link that I put in over here. And then when I put it that link, then everything is fine. And now the counter, now you'll see in a moment the numbers that I have on the amount of people that went on my page. It's a lot of that is actually testing. Okay, so that's where you get your affiliate link. This is the actual QR code, which you can also download. You can have that on your cell phone. Someone can, let's say you're doing a trade show or whatever, they can just turn around, scan that. It takes them right on the website, and bada boom, bada bing, they can buy the product on the spot. It's really, really straightforward. For example, you click on that and it will take them right. 3, 2, 1. It worked fast today, guys. I don't know what it is tonight. I think it's on my end. Here, I'm going to copy the link. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another bar. Maybe that'll go faster.
Ooh, we're slow tonight.
I swear. It was like so fast today. What's going on?
Everybody's home. Everybody's on the computer.
Yeah, everybody's buying on your link.
That would be nice. Okay, so we'll come back to that a little later. So what happens over here is, and it works really, really well, right? And then what's really nice, so this is where you get your affiliate link, and this is where you get, again, your QR code. Now, from there, you have the campaigns. Now, I'm not going to get into all of that, but you can have different campaigns over here for the month of December, and you can have a select certain page, but I'm not going to get through all of that. When you get into creative, this is where Max is going to be putting down some videos, some flyers, I did my own personal video. And if you guys are interested in what I did, I'm very, very happy to share with you what I did, but it's all going to be showing over here. When you look under referrals, then over here, it's going to see, well, here are the amounts that you've earned. I guess unverified amounts, probably transactions have not been processed. I don't know the details, but it shows over here. And then from there, you can see, we did a little test over there, and the product was actually processed and the order was placed. And of course, it was not a full amount. It was just to do a little test that it actually went through. So everything is going well. So it's as simple as that. The payments, again, this is where you can see the history of your payments that are going to be showing over here. And of course, if you didn't set up your payment, you can set up over here, but there's also, you can set it up where I showed you earlier, the payout details. That's another one. Now, the thing that's important here is the reports. When you go on the reports over here, you can see here, total referral, total amount of click. Like I said, a 91 is just a little test that's going on. And just to give you a quick, a little overview of what's going on for those of you that might be curious on what I am doing here, is I'm doing some ad campaign. I have a budget of $10 a day. You do not need to know this. I'm just showing you this. I'm having 2 ads going on at the same time. And basically what's been going on right now, there is about, I don't know what it is on my internet tonight, but it's very, very painful. So anyway, so you can see here that so far since December 1st until the 5th, I spent $25. Okay, so people are seeing this, and you can see right now what's going on, and people are starting to notice this, the ad that's taking place. Okay, so things are a little bit slow, so I'll spare you the details there, but this is what's going on. And eventually what's going to happen is people are going to start buying, and then the amounts will start growing. Okay, traffic log. Okay, well, this is exactly what it is. A lot of these are testing that went on, so there's like 10 pages of those, and most of them were testing. There might have been 1 or 2 that are actual leads, but so it's actually starting. Campaign reports. This is if earlier when I show you over here the campaigns, if you say you want to do a campaign in December, you can actually see all the reports there. Again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that. This is referral history. This is basically all your sales are going to show over there, and also your tiers. So you'll be able to have all the affiliates, all the people that are, in fact, what Max is doing right now in December is all the associates of Max International, they're going to import all of your personals. They're all going to be here. And you can see that the 20% is if my personal sales, and the 5% is the commission that will come from someone that you've personally enrolled that are actually making a sale. Okay. So again, there's a lot more details that are coming, and the help is just that information over here is really not much, but all of that is going to expand. Okay. So as you can see, it's very, very straightforward. It's a really, really nice site. And this is the site I was waiting to come up, but this is exactly what people will fall under. It's really, really easy. Let's say I want to get on an auto ship and I want to buy it, which is nice because it's a little bit more expensive. The auto ship on an associate, right? I think it's $72 as an associate, which is $79 for an affiliate. But remember, what are you doing here? This is, in network marketing, and if you heard that 5% of population network marketing and 95% are not, well, that's what we're aiming for, the 95%ers. That's what this affiliate marketing is all about. And affiliate marketing is something like 160 billion in sales. Network marketing, it's basically 260 billion. So network marketing is massive, massive. But the affiliate marketing is also growing. And Max is just preparing themselves to line up for where the trends are, so they can also cash in on what is going on. Okay. Before we tap into the GoPro summary, what I would love to do here is I'll stop sharing my screen for one moment, and I would love to hear some of the takeaways from any one of you. Now, Myra Paul, your question, is it relevant to anything I talked about? Or is it a question? Okay, so let me open that. So go ahead, Marie-Paul, unmute yourself.
Okay, I have a question regarding the CD Global Impact, and I have a question regarding this, the
Go ahead.
Live Max. The Global Impact, I don't know if you mentioned it or if I missed it. For those of us who are doing the weekly meetings, different nights, how are we going to log in to the CD Global Impact?
Exactly the
meeting?
same way. Exactly the same way you did with Active Team.
Oh,
Webinar.
okay.
No difference.
So we just go and post it in the CD Global Impact instead.
Yeah, it's just a different link that will take you to a webinar format instead of a chat room format. And a link, password, everything will be the same. And all of you guys are going to be trained. It's not going to be difficult. And if I see that people are having a hard time, I'll be there for the first few ones for everybody. So no concerns there. Let's
So
move
when
on.
does that start?
That's going to be as of January.
Okay, second question.
Yeah.
And I think I sent you those questions by personal text regarding existing customers and associate that don't have their 50 PV. How do they become an affiliate without having to purchase the products from there because they're already customers?
Okay, so right now we're getting outside of the context I want to get into, but if someone is not on 50 PV, they do not have the advantage of the 20% and the 5%. Okay, so they get, in other words, if you saw the training that I did last week, I suggest you go back to it because it explains that if you're not an associate, then the commissions are less.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, I understand that.
If you're
But
not
they
on
could
50
still-
CV, then you get 10% commission and 0%. There's no upline that gets compensated.
So my question is do they have to purchase the products or can they sign up as an affiliate?
They can sign up as an affiliate. If they don't purchase the product, they fall, like I just said a moment ago.
Yeah,
If-
yeah, I understand about the commissions, but how do you sign them up as an affiliate if they don't purchase
You will
the
have an
product?
affiliate link that you will send to them.
Yeah,
You will have an affiliate link. Do you understand what I mean by that?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, someone.
Is that, that's not available yet, is it?
It's not available.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not yet.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
yet.
okay.
For the
reason
month
why
of
right now-
December. Yeah,
Okay,
for the,
that's it.
Associates.
yes.
Okay, that answers that question. Same thing
Okay.
for the customers, right? Our
It's just-
existing customers, that would be the same thing.
Our existing customers, you leave them as customers on their max because between you and I, you get a better commission because you get CV and your commission and the product is a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, but the sign up will be the same as of
Yes.
January.
I'm not sure if I understand your question, but you say will be the same, Maribel.
Okay, the sign up will be the same way as if it was an associate without their 50 PV.
Are we talking about the affiliate program? Are we talking about the max associate?
No, the affiliate program. And a max customer wanting to do the affiliate program, will they sign up the same way as an associate without their PD?
So let me answer the same question I said earlier. So what happens is you will have a link.
Yeah, yeah, I understand that, but I'm just asking if it's the same for the customer that it will be for an associate or anybody else that don't want to purchase the product there.
Yes,
I
Okay.
don't know that.
That's all I need to know.
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's move on. And then from there, one of the things that I would love to do at this point, thank you, Maribel. What I would love to do at this point is to, some of you, I know were part of the event, the GoPro event, as it was absolutely amazing. And again, I wanted to remind you that you have all the way up to tonight, very late. I think about 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, but I would suggest 12 o'clock, whatever your time is, time zone. I don't recommend to go past that. And to get your ticket for next year, it is $97. And all you need to go is to the actual, what did Eric call it? What did he call it here? The virtual GoPro dashboard, right? Which is, I'm just gonna share that with you very quickly over here. And so you can see it all. Okay, the dashboard is exactly the same. Everybody can see the dashboard? Yes. So the dashboard is exactly the same. And you can actually get your virtual GoPro ticket over here. And then you can simply place your order. So I'll spare you the waiting because things are a little bit slow right now. And so I'd like to turn back to hearing some of your feedback. If you want, just raise your hand. And some of you, I know, probably had some breakthroughs and some wonderful feedback to share about some takeaway from this weekend. So Lucy, please go ahead.
I don't know. It's all it's not clear.
It's your
My what?
it's your blur, the blur on your background. There's something going on with your light.
I don't know. Anyhow, I got a slap in my face when they said that the more you do for your team, the less they will do for themselves, and you will get an army of weak people. That's
Yep.
very, very.
That was
So it's true that the awareness is everything. But I've been educated, inspiring people since 15 years now. I followed the Accelerator 2022, and I have a group since 2014 that I've put something in this group every day. I didn't miss any since that day. And for Accelerator 2022, I created another group with 49 people that I put everything from the accelerator, the 90 days and everything that I was learning every week. I was doing things like that. Sometimes I had to do in 3 times because there was so rich content. And I'm happy that I will be able to refer to it, but you know how I take my notes. So it's very completed. But missing duplication, people don't talk. I take an hour and a half every day to do my capsule in those 2 groups. No answer. They just take it, and what they do, I just hope they do something, but doesn't grow so fast. So so I already sent them that I will do another group for 1st of January to do another 90 days. But they need to be active with 100 points. They need to do a presentation before the end of December. They will have to talk. If they don't talk, if they don't commit, if they don't say anything in the group, they will come out. They need to be willing, coachable, and hungry. I'm tired to have sleepy people and an army of weak people. I didn't say that, but they will feel it. So that's it. I need duplication, and it's over now because people want to be pushed. They won't want to be pushed. I am going to push myself, and if they will have to grow. Another thing that there was 4 language of a leader, so assignment and challenge. That's what I'm giving them, because even if I have 4 people in that group, I will work hard with those 4 people. Because if I have 4 people working hard, it can go very far instead of 49 doing nothing. So I have already 10 people who registered in my team for the accelerator. I will tell them they still have from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. I think I might have about 12. And I liked very much about the system that Colton Echevle presented. That is amazing. So there is still lots to do about the system. The board is fabulous because it will save us, but still we need the people to go. So I said, if you don't go, I won't send them any more things. They always ask me, I'm so organized, I find it's easy for me. It takes me a second to send, but it's finished.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Lucy. And I know Temi and I know your heart, and we know how much you want to help people. And at the end of the day, one thing that I know Erica said, and I've always said that too, is this is a free army. And the thing is, you
A
can't,
free army, but sometimes it's a weak army of weak people. When he said that, I said, wow,
That's-
wow, wow.
You know, everything's about timing. And that's what I've learned in this profession. It might be my time to really run with this, but it might not be everybody's time. So
Yeah.
we just kind of keep it open, and the ones that run us, we spend our time with. But yeah, so that's something that we do is just leave it open. And as you all know me, is love everybody where they're at.
But then they will be in Mama Africa. Mama Africa
Yeah,
is for everybody.
yeah,
But
you
the
can leave
group
them
I
in
will
Mama
create
Africa
will be
and-
leaders.
that's the key.
Yeah, you
One
pick your
group,
core
everybody's in there,
leadership group that
and
you'll
one core
always do
group
stuff with your leaders. Yeah,
is who you work with.
yeah.
See, by the
what
way,
they-
you see your approach to camera, and now you were not blurred anymore. So
Yeah, it's better.
beautiful, Lucy. Thank you very much for sharing. I appreciate that. Okay, Barry, it's your turn. Please go ahead and we'll bring you forward. Yeah, you need to unmute
You're
yourself.
on mute, yeah.
I can help you. I'll just send you unmute, ask to unmute. Just click that button I just sent you. I'm just sending you an ask to unmute. You should see a button that appears to unmute. Okay, well, Barry's figuring this out. Is there anybody else that would like to share in the group? Don't talk all at the same time here, guys.
And there was a question, I
I
just
like
want
to
to
share.
share. Yeah. Alice had a question, Chris. I was just kind of going through some stuff. It's an email, Alice, that everybody got. Existing associates. If you haven't got it, you might want to check in your junk mail. And if there's a challenge, contact the company directly. Check your junk mail first, and it's coming from Live Max.
Yes.
So look for Live Max, not Max International or Max Marketing. It's called Live Max because it's a separate entity
Okay.
than the network marketing model. So affiliate is a separate entity. And I know I wasn't sure what to look for when
Yeah, and Alice, if you
Yeah.
did get the email, always call customer service.
Yes,
You know,
always.
they will make sure you get one.
Okay.
So Luce,
and-
you wanted to share? Oh, Barry, okay.
There's
Yeah.
back, alrighty.
Sorry, you know what happened, eh? I switched to a different screen and I was looking at something else and then I couldn't find my.
It was
unmute.
popping in that
Ah.
screen that you weren't looking at. Can
I was
relate.
trying to get a note that I have to show as to what I wanted to share. That is my biggest takeaway. It's actually on day 2 when Eric Worre was giving a diagram. I kind of have my rough note here. I don't know if you could see that, but my rough note is that diagram where he has programming, attitude, activity, results, and lifestyle. And then it really got complicated, but if you take the time to look at it and go over it as he explained it, it actually makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
And so to me, over the whole weekend, that particular session is what stuck in my mind because it was the part where he talked about the activity on both sides of the fence. You can have bad activities that'll take you down the wrong slope. And then there's good activities that you do consistently that will take you to the higher slope. And by doing the activities, it basically will strengthen your attitude. And then, of course, eventually break down the programming that you've had over your life for years and years and years, right? So I think what I took from that is more activity.
Brilliant.
More positive activity, that is.
Brilliant. By the way, I
Awesome.
love the goatee with the white. It gives you character. It gives you style. I love
Yeah, you're looking awesome.
Well, it's
very
part of my
appreciative.
brand.
I love it.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate your feedback, Barry. It's awesome. Thank
Okay.
you very much. Who was next? Was that Luce?
Yes.
Okay, please go
Can you hear
ahead.
me? Okay, real quick, what I got from all this, I mean, everything was great, but there were some points where they really kind of like, really hit that nerve of going to the next level. And one of them was give yourself permission to go to another level. And when Stormy said, commitment is spelled like cash.
Yeah.
Invest in one. So putting that together, give yourself permission to go to another level and invest in yourself. So I believe that is like one of the key, perks that I got from that. And that's because in my case, when you play too small, you won't see this. So you got to go to the next level and continue going to the next level. And also, what I also got out of it is the part where the opportunity continues to keep learning. You never stop learning. You never stop learning. There's always a accelerator program. There's always a 90-day program. You never stop learning. It comes with the territory. So that's what I got out of it. It's a continued action on opportunity all the time. And, I also learned that fail also equals learning. You have to fail to go to the next level. If you don't fail, you never learn. That's the point.
Understatement. Man, I could write another book on
I
failure.
feel lots on social media. Anybody else relate?
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotta
So-
step up on that one.
So when you guys see me on your Zooms, I'm on other Zooms as well. It's because I'm always learning. I don't take my foot off the accelerator when it comes to that. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Luce. We appreciate you too. Thank you.
Yes. thank
Okay,
you.
Bill, you're next. Please come on up.
All right, just unmuted. I'll just lower my hand. Okay, so it's want to echo the same thing what Barry was saying, and I was trying to look for that diagram and I found it. But Barry, the same thing is the programming, attitude, activity, results, and lifestyle. But feeling comfortable in doing what you're doing. And some days you're going to feel lucky with the results, and that's good. So I just wanted to echo what you were saying about that. But the other one I liked was, I think Eric was talking about the airplane. I have a pilot's license. I can relate to what he's saying. When you're on the runway, you have to go full throttle or you'll never get off the ground. And then when you're landing, you have to go less throttle, otherwise you'll overshoot the runway. But the full throttle, and I think that's where I kind of, at times I feel I'm at 10%, 40%, 50, when I should be at 100% throttle. So I like that whole, and I like his Marina's airplane, the badass on the wings there.
That was serious.
That was a good one there. So, and I know, Tammy, you've been talking about getting an airplane too. So there you go.
I
Hey, if
got
you're
my
looking for a pilot, if you're looking for a
I
pilot.
got my pilot.
Brilliant.
And
But
just to add to that, Bill,
Yeah.
you talked about being the comfortable and uncomfortable, and that
Yeah.
was another great analogy of putting in the work, doing the activity. At first, it's going to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
The more you do it, you're going to get into that range where things are going up for you, and then you become comfortable. And then the person that's doing all the bad activities are comfortable, they're in their comfort zone, but eventually they're gonna feel that uncomfort when the money is not coming in, or they're
Right.
suffering from what we're seeing all today with the inflation and everything. You know what I mean?
Brilliant.
Absolutely, yeah. And a good example of feeling uncomfortable, when Lynn and I did the presentations, the weekly presentations, I was very, very uncomfortable. But each time I did it, I got better at it and feeling much more comfortable. So, so that's an example of feeling uncomfortable to get to that comfortable stage, and you look forward to do the presentations.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So let me share my screen again so we kind of summarize a little bit on what we There's my beautiful rocks. Here we go. So just again, and by the way, Kathy, I know that Maripol answered you. Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Nothing changes when it comes to our opportunity. Everything remains the same. And in fact, I am going to be pushing very hard and building in North America my network marketing empire. And for me, the affiliate marketing is just an extra add-on to have extra cash. And this is the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
Now, I have actually shared this document in the group. And if you happen to be on Facebook Live, I'll be putting it on there too. Topi from Nigeria did an excellent job. So I figured, why redo this? And I actually also have my notes just to prove that. Let me just go back here. These are Mastermind. That's the 2022. And I also took my notes, right? I have day one, and these are my notes. This is how I take my notes as I go and I listen to, I take copies, I take notes. And this is how I do all of this. This is this is something.
There's the diagram. There's the diagram there.
Yeah,
Yes.
there it is.
Yeah, we'll show that in a minute here. But you see, but this is how I take my notes. And I like to take it as it is presented by the presenter. And same thing on day 3, but it's a little bit intense. So I really like what was provided here. And thank you, Lucy, for bringing this to our attention. So just to share that with you, here is day 1. Eric really talked about 4 things that we do in network, that we need to do in network marketing. Think about it. We sell products, we recruit an expense team, and they do the same thing. We duplicate and we improve on productivity of our team through leadership. And this is so critical. And the one thing that he talked about, and my takeaway was number 12, right? So I'm not going to go through all of this because obviously we don't have a lot of time left. But number 12, and Tammy, I want to give you a chance to share it too, is build it once. And for me, is build it right. Have it forever. That is a myth because we build it right. And we didn't expect what happened in 2022. I mean, this
Nobody did.
this inflation has been a cancer, and and we have to go back and we have to continue building. And this is something that Eric has shared often. So again, these were really good points that Eric talked about. And Fraser talked about some really good things about value of inspiration and energy and what you build your business on. This is again the foundation. Is if you're inspired and you share value and you're doing this with energy, this is a fact. We see him all the time, hyper. I mean, this is his style, but it actually really does work, right? And he talked about it social media. You can go through the notes over here. I just want to kind of highlight, right? Let's continue here a little bit on some of the other things that other leaders talked about. Alex talked about define what you truly want in your life. I mean, this is so critical. And Tammy, feel free to continue on this point. I'll just scroll for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, most people don't take the time to do this, and I highly recommend you take some serious time through the holidays and do your reflection, set your goals, and the skills that you want to improve on. That is really, really important to sit down and do this. Chris and I do it every single year, and we make investments to get better. I'm not the fastest learner. I have to repeat things a lot of time to get it, especially when it comes to technology. Anybody else out there that can relate to that? But I'm determined. I'm determined to keep going. I'm determined to get it right. If it takes me an hour to do the first reel, because you know what I learned is I was getting into momentum last year. And then I got busy. We got busy with the teams. We got busy, because we have an international teams and we're training here, and we were doing some of the CV Global Diamond stuff with the platforms and this and that. And I stopped doing where I was getting some momentum on social media. So this year, 2023, in my personal goals is in my schedule, and nothing's going to take that from my schedule. And that's the only way that I'm going to be able to master this, is to really be hard on myself and to create those disciplines. So these are all the things that I highly recommend you do. What is it that you want to accomplish? What are you willing to learn? Because at the end of the day, you got to give up a lot of stuff to learn, right? You really do. And you have to decide what it is that you're going to give up so you can go into learning for the skill that's missing for you to get that commitment, Luce, that commitment. Okay, so that's what I highly recommend every single one of you do. And you need an accountability partner. If you don't have an accountability partner that's going to kick your ass, it's not going to happen. So we found serious people that are going to kick our butts. And so we don't have a choice. We got to make this work. So that is something that you got to sit down and really get focused on.
Yeah, Tammy, I just want to continue on this point here, and you're absolutely correct and dead on.
Jasmine has a question.
Yeah, and I'll come back to you, Jasmine. I'm just going to go through this very quickly so we can get back to you. So Jesse had some really, really good points here. And I really like this one here. Instead of asking what you need to do, try who do you need to become. This is absolutely brilliant. This is really, really important. And I really like her approach, right? Branding, your niche, and all of the ideas. And again, we don't have time to go through all of them here, but you do have the documents. And I suggest you go through them. Even if you missed the event, just by watching this document, there is a lot of really good information here. Your target audience, your brand statement. Here's an example of how she approaches, right? The 4 topics. What do you want to create, right? And content around leadership, business, travel, authenticity, entrepreneurship. And let's carry on here. For example, here we have subcategories of creating. Again, you can go through all of this: content, purpose, content creation. We could go on here. And the thing that I really, really like is some of the simplifying content. For example, Linktree. This is something that I use, because in Linktree, you can have a series of links that are in sequence that you want your prospect to go through. Maybe a series of videos that goes down to how to sign up, or even your link to get started. And these are different links that you can actually have. So Jesse had a lot of content, and there we go. And again, ask for recommendations, and these are all things to get people to respond. Now, this is kind of a thinner version of what I got from Eric. And if you want, I'll share this graph a moment ago. And if you have a screen, you can take a picture of your screenshot. Then you can do a screenshot of that. I can share that with you in a moment. But this is absolutely brilliant. The programming, your attitude around your programming, the activities that you're doing based on your attitude and the programming, and the results that you get based on the activities and the attitude and the programming, which in turn will result in a lifestyle that you have. It's absolutely brilliant. I really, really enjoy this. Right. So these are some points that I highly suggest for you to focus on, and how to get unstuck. And one thing is, Tammy talked about it a moment ago, accountability, right? This is the reason why we do these calls on Monday. This is the reason why we're plugged into you, is we want to be this accountability partner with you. And the fact is, we can we'll tell you the hard truth. If you want to hear the hard truth, you just ask for it, we'll tell you. But at the end of the day, folks, is you can't sponsor 5 people and support and train 5 people. It won't cut it. You have to constantly bring new people to the table. And this in 2023, you're going to see some huge changes with how Tammy and I are doing our business online. I'm telling you, we're putting a lot of resources towards that. And Eric continues on the theme: decide, accelerate, and think bigger. In fact, in my presentation, often when I get to the slide and it says how to get started, I say it doesn't matter how much money you spend, it's how big do you think? That's what you need to work towards. How big do you want it? That's what you need to focus on, regardless of how, because we got people that came with small amounts that hit the big times, and people came with big amounts that didn't do anything. So at the end of the day is to think bigger. And this is absolutely brilliant. carries on here on the duplication, some of the crucial conversation, absolutely critical. Congratulate the person that made the decision to be part of the business. Don't just assume and just kind of, assume that that you're grateful. Let them know. And this is something that Tammy and I, you probably noticed in December 1st, we recognized for the very first time, I've always been shy to broadcast how many people come into our business every month because it's an overwhelming number. But I'm realizing that I've always played small. Despite that we build this empire, we play small. And this is one thing that I've learned. Stop playing small. Share with what's going on in your business and congratulate the people that are getting recognition. Let them know your goals and communicate with them on a constant basis, and always give them some tasks and things to do, some activities, so they don't fall asleep. Because the one thing that if you sponsor an associate into your business and nothing happens in 3 months, they are gone. It's absolutely critical. There's a constant stage and a constant step. And now we talk about system. Jenny talked about the systems. I took a lot of notes on that. There's also Colton that talks about the system.
And we're going to work on a lot of this stuff, Lucy, just so you know.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to work on a lot of these things. We already talked to our virtual assistant, Marcel, an amazing lady. This is the Colton stuff over here. Remember, he talked about Will Smith. Will Smith, I know he made a mistake this year, but this guy has an incredible mindset. Unfortunately, he made a mistake. But at the end of the day, the guy is a brilliant actor. He's a brilliant guy. He just made a mistake. But at the end of the day, is that he's brilliant. I really love this guy, right? And there's a lot of things to learn from attending these events. And you see, I'm talking about the 5-stage strategy to become successful. That came from, I think that was Colton, I believe, or was that Eric? I'm going very quickly here for the sake of time. But one thing, folks, that I highly recommend, and here, I'll just bring that here for you here, Scott, GoPro 2022. That was on day 2, I think. Was it day 2 or day 3? Day 2, okay? So if you want to take a snapshot of that, okay, and this is exactly that's a really good summary of the event, right? Your accountability system is what will help you to continue the journey that you're on, because your programming, sometimes it's just not your fault. It's what you were exposed to. So the attitude and the activities and the results and the lifestyle that comes out of this, right? Being uncomfortable before you can become comfortable. And I'm telling you, a lot of time people think, I remember, still as of yesterday, people say, oh, you guys are so lucky. You guys are so lucky. And they have no idea the sweat that we poured to all of this. So I hope that's enough time for you, Scott, to take this snapshot. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Jas. Please go ahead and share. Your hand is up.
Yes, I wanted to share again what I got from this weekend, and it was on that point when you put up that slide with the crucial conversation, and it's in line with what Lucy said, Lucy Caron, because I was always saying that Max is so unique from other network marketing companies that I've been in because there's so much support. But I realized that when I first got people involved as associates, I took that support too far to the point that I kept it like I was holding their hand. And so I was holding their hand and I was going to take them along. And when Eric talked about this crucial conversation, and when you talked about congratulating them for making that best decision, and that number 2, to share with them my goal, and that was for them to become independent from me as soon as possible. That's what I really got, is a whole different mindset to get them started so that they were going to be successful on their own. And, we talked about agreement. Do you agree with that? And how long do you want it to take was number 4. But number 5 is that I can help you to become successful, but I need 3 things from you. 1 is that you're willing, 2 is that you're coachable, and 3 is that you're hungry. And you need to be doing all of those things concurrently. It's not 1 or 2, it's all 3 of them. And so I just love that about giving them simple assignments having them report to me, get back to me when you've completed that. So it's just assignment and then, you know, get the feedback and then you know who's moving forward. But it was really about starting them off right to let them become as successful by becoming as independent from me as soon as they can. That was a big one for me.
That is critical, Jess. And I know I've always worked that way. And it's really interesting because this is how we've built our markets in Ghana, in Nigeria, in the Philippines, right? Is we don't live there. So we need to spend a concentrated amount of time to teach, train, and then for them to immediately become independent. And I told them that we're not going to be here in a week or in a month or 3 weeks from now. You have to be able to do this immediately by yourself. And this is the kind of environment you want to create. But we've always stayed plugged in. We've always had WhatsApp. But the key is, you're absolutely correct. People, you can't just keep babysitting and too much motherly, fatherly, too much. It will hinder the growth. It's like children that are born in with rich parents that never really amount to anything in life, because the parents always deals with all their issues and their problems because they have all the money in the world to deal with it. And unfortunately, that's sometimes why they become kind of rotten eggs, right? So it's same thing with associates. You have to let them fail. You have to let them make their mistakes. Sometimes you're going to tell things, they're not going to listen. They're going to do it their own way. It's not going to work. That's okay. And then sometimes they come back and then we start doing it the right way. And that's when things are going to start growing. And you're absolutely correct. Well done.
It's interesting when Chris is saying that, because it just brought me back to childhood. It was hard. I mean, we had chores, we had all these things that we needed to do. And I remember I'd go to the neighbor's house and the other kids didn't have to do this. And it was never fair, you know, and you don't realize that these were really good disciplines that my mom had instilled in all of us, because we're all independent, girls and guy, right? So, and my brother. So I think that's really, really important. And then we go into, you know, as adulthood, we want to make it easier for our kids, and everybody's making it easier for their kids. And look at what's happening in today's world. You know, the kids just want everything so easy. So you think of all that, you got to go back to hard, because hard is what defines you. It really does.
9 o'clock to
it's
show up for 10.
It's the work ethic. It's that work ethic that gets developed. Yeah.
Exactly.
Brilliant.
Yes. You got to
So-
fall on your face and get back up again. Fall on your face, get back up again. You know, so that's what's going to get you to where you need to go. And when people want you to do it for them and make it easier for them, yeah, you have to stand and just say, I can teach you how to do it. Show up here. I'm going to show you how to do it the first time, but you're going to do it the second time.
So guys, thank you so much, Jess. Really, really appreciate that. So as we come to a close here, guys, here's the thing that I'd like to end on. I know that things are not perfect right now. I know that we're still waiting on the ATP. I've been told by our CEO that production is now on, and all these issues are going to become a thing in the past. And folks, it's not just Max International, folks. It's everywhere around the world. I'm telling you, every companies are dealing with some form of issues like that. So
Yeah,
one
raw
thing that you need
ingredients,
to understand is when you come across a problem like this, don't make that the forefront of your life. I'm not saying to hide. I'm not saying to hide, to lie about it. Be upfront, but understand that these products have been delivered for like almost 15 years. And we've been dealing with a 3-year inconsistent way of doing business, that the world has been shaken upside down. And there's a lot of adjustments. And one thing that I like about Max International, that I like about Joe Wojtecki, is that he's innovating. He's constantly looking for ways to stay for the long term. Okay. And I know that change scares people. But I don't get scared by change. I get inspired by change. It's an opportunity to add on. That's the way I look at it. Okay. So if you come across challenges, folks, don't fear the challenges. Just keep moving forward. Keep doing the same activity. and you know, often I was sharing in a group this morning. There was a group that was a little bit discouraged, and what I stated to them is, you know, he gave me a kind of a message. Average players want to be left alone. Good players want to be coached. Great players want to be told the truth.
Yeah.
And my response is, well, staying the course through good times and bad times will set you free. Christian Gingras. So what I'm saying here, folks, is stay the course. Stay the course. You know, Tammy and I have been in Max for over 15, almost 16 years. It's going to be 16 years on February 3rd of 2023.
Yeah.
And I
Well, we
look at
started
that.
the product in December of,
I look at that
2000.
magazine. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Hold on. I look at that, and of course, just because I'm looking for it, I'm not going to find it. Yes, here we go. I'm looking at this magazine. This is how it all started. That was Max International. Okay, you recognize this guy, you recognize this girl, right?
the
Where's
rest are
everybody
gone.
else?
They're all gone.
Where's everybody else? Okay, well,
Yeah,
this guy's
the
still around.
original,
He's just been collecting for decades, but okay, but so my point here, guys, is it's really interesting how things work. Stay the course, stay focused, and make sure that you have a sense of direction. And a lot of these people in the magazine right now, some of them are back to a job doing what they hate
yeah.
because they gave up. They gave up on their dreams. Here we are living the life that we always thrive to evolve, but we have a wonderful life and we want that for you. So don't
Little
get
shots that keep shooting. That's what I call ourselves.
so don't get taken down by the obstacles that a year from now nobody will know, nobody will care about.
Yeah.
Right. And I see people that walked away that have millions of CVs in their organization and they have no ideas because they walked away. So stay the course, keep doing the activities and follow into the footsteps of people that know where they're going. We know where we're going. And I'm telling you, in 2023, there are going to be a lot of changes that Tammy and I are going to be implementing. So some are going to be almost transparent. You won't even notice it. But some of them you're going to see some significant changes that are going to change a lot of things on how we go about doing our business. And of course, if you follow your step, and I know that not everybody may go through the accelerator, but maybe some of you are following other leaders like Fraser Brooks.
Yeah,
Wonderful
so he's
guy.
doing Fraser. Yeah.
So, you know, so at the end of the day, find someone that can fulfill your need and stay the course and don't deviate from it when it becomes difficult. Because when it becomes difficult, these are often the moments that actually will shape you to that next level. But if you stop at that challenge, unfortunately, you'll never discover that side of you, that voice that could be just that can make an impact in the world in ways that you have no idea. Stay the course. Max International have products that are very significant in this world that people need. And I know you hear this all the time, but it's the ultimate truth. I know for a fact that we are never going to run out of customers ever because of what we offer to the inland consumer. That's what you got. That's our guarantee. The rest, it's up to us to let the people know. And don't focus on who's leaving. Focus on who is driving and who is aiming. That's what you need to focus. The ones that are leaving are going to leave again and again and again. I'm telling you, I know most of these people, and most of them have on their 4th or 5th or their 15th company. It's just the way they do business. It's the way they live their lives. That's fine. But I'm telling you, folks, we have a good space. We got a good place. And I think that we're going to do very, very well. And I congratulate all of you for staying here. I noticed the number haven't gone down. It's 9:14. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. And and we're closing on this note. So Tammy, do you have a few words you want to end with?
Step up your game. 2023 is going to be awesome. Let's keep each other accountable and show up for what you want to achieve in all areas of your life. Just show up and do the things that it's going to take for you to get it. And hard is good. Hard is good. So just do it.
I totally agree. Francisco, I absolutely love Puerto Rico. I love the Puerto Ricans. I love your tenacity, your commitment. Stay the course. Thank you for being here. I watch you on Facebook. Luz, stay the course, guys. We love you guys. Stay the course. And I look forward to go to Puerto Rico and just cheer you on. So thank you, guys. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening. And we look forward to our next session. Bye for now.
Thank you.